is again that when I spoke about Carter and Drake's relationship, Blake and with Griff this year, both Carter and Blake, the way that I think Griff stepped up in the leadership role has certainly helped out with Blake, and the way that Blake and I talked at the beginning of the year. I think one of our first Catholic League games, he was in the starting lineup, and I don't know if he necessarily expected to be there. He always prepared to be there, but with the amount of seniors we had back, and Blake came into a role through various reasons with some injuries. Griff had his foot injured for a week and a half, something like that. Obviously, Mason not being around the last few weeks. Blake stepped into a big role and was very good defensively. A couple outfield assists, I believe, in that Notre Dame prep game that were huge. And it was a guy that always, as Coach Danson with Carter, may not always be the flashiest, but he's always on base and always playing excellent defense. And he's a guy that is going to have to step up here with the graduation of all these seniors into a leadership role, and I think he's more than capable of doing that.
I liked Blake last year. I liked him even more this year, so I can tell each and every year how much better Blake you're going to get, and how much more I look forward to that development. Speaking of Carter, too, Blake would work so hard during batting practice, and Carter, and you guys would take turns out in left field, at least it looked that way to me. And I know, all the bombs that you guys hit off of me, I'd throw it in there and turn around like that, and I'd see one of you guys chasing after it. So it's no wonder that you guys are, good outfielders, because you work very, very hard, and it doesn't go unnoticed. But Blake is my kind of player for the reason that he's another guy that is so nice. They always tease him. Where is? Oh, thank you. Yeah, they always say, "Oh, thank you." He's so polite, but when he gets on the field, there's like a little switch that gets flipped, and he turns into, and I don't know if it's football, but he turns into, you're mean, and not mean in a bad way. You play the game the right way. You play it like you're supposed to, And I remember I asked Leo in that regional game, hey, what happened over at first base, and he goes, well, he stayed on the bag too long, and I didn't see it, your collision, and I remember you sliding into the guy from Divine Child last year, and we talked about it. It's just, that's not dirty, that's nothing, you play the game hard and you play it right. That's what I like. You're a very top-notch person off the field, but then when you get on the field, you're going to play the game the right way, you're going to play it hard, and that's why I think so highly of him. Blake Beam. Next year.